Hey folks, well, what do you know? The Leafs host the Lightning and beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Should we plan the parade? We're going to break it all down for you right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach. That's Katie, and I'm the Devo. Of course, we're here to talk all things Leafs. My goodness, that was a complete game. As complete a game, perhaps, that we've seen from the Leafs all year. A 5-0 beatdown of the Lightning. Heck, we were even there, KD. Look at us.
Yeah.
There's a tweet from us. Remember, folks, follow us at the offensive _ zone on Twitter to get all your favorite tweets about the Leafs. KD, what did you see last night?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank our buddy Dooley. Dooley came up big and got us tickets last minute, got us into the barn, so that was awesome. My record this year with the Leafs has not been good, but perhaps my location, we were section 307, row 7, seat 7, to go with my Kevin Devon number 7 and my Lanny McDonald here, and it certainly brought us good luck. So thanks, Dooley. Nice work. Tell you, if you go to a Leaf game during the week, you normally get a corporate crowd. You get people just doing a bit of business in their suits and kind of into the game, but not really. I was really proud to be a Leaf fan last night. It felt like back in the old Wendell Clark, Dougie Gilmore times at Maple Leaf Gardens. The crowd was into it. They were boisterous, yelling. They were yelling at the refs. They were yelling at the other team. They wanted blood during fights. It felt like hockey, and it was great to be there. So, but it's obviously the very first thing you noticed. And when they scored that first goal, I mean, it felt like the roof was going to go off the place. So that was a really fun atmosphere. I was really, if you watched the game, I mean, everyone did. You probably noticed the speed. You probably noticed that the RD didn't get into trouble, and I think the forwards did a really good job with their positioning. They did, third guy high. There was virtually no odd man rushes by Tampa Bay, like for the majority of the night. And this is a Tampa Bay team that generates them all the time, and they really did not have very many breaks. Again, that it comes down to good dedication, guys being in the right place. They were back checking hard, determination. There's lots of effort there, so it made the D look good. When our D are mobile and they're solid, and if they're not outmanned, they do a great job, and that's really I thought we saw last night from beginning to end. And Tampa Bay is going to have a real tough time if they can't generate these opportunities and odd man rushes, if the Leafs are going to play that way. So hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, and as you say, the roof was coming off that place, which was amazing. Coach, what'd you see?
Yeah, so I watched the game on ESPN down here. I think I'm probably unique or somewhat unique within our subscriber base. Most of you would have watched it on Canadian TV. It was great. I mean, it's a different narrative, right? They're playing more to the Tampa side of things. And of course Austin Matthews being the great American hope, 60 goals, all that. So that was great. I agree with you guys in that you could tell the crowd was into it, but not early. So the key to that whole thing was the absolutely asinine penalty that Clifford takes. I know he's trying to justify his spot in the lineup and be physical. That's a terrible penalty. And now we're down 5 minutes, and we think, all right, if we get out of this 1-0 or 2-0 against, maybe we're okay. But man, that penalty kill was unbelievable, and you could hear it, you could feel it on TV, you could feel the groundswell, right, of support going, and then it became insane. You guys know, you were there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I thought Alex Kerfoot did a great job on that penalty kill, and because the color commentator on ESPN, AJ Malesko, also went to Harvard, she did not hesitate to point out Alex Kerfoot. Also Blackwell, but he didn't do much. I talked about the three studs being the keys to the series, and also Campbell stopping what he could see. The club did a great job of letting him see the puck. He didn't have to make but 2 or 3 really solid saves, like spectacular saves. The rest were just hitting him, right? He was great. That's all we need.
Right.
He happened to outplay the other guy, but we just want him to stop the puck. But the 3 guys I talked about, Riley, not for the reason I said, but man alive, he gets pummeled a little bit by Maroon, which that all starts because Simmons won't fight Maroon. He was right not to. As I told Mrs. Coach at the time, there's nothing in it for us to fight them when it's 4-0. They can only gain momentum. We don't get anything, right? So Simmons was right. Then Maroon got a little physical with Riley, and then he went and beat the absolute, you got a beat for this, right? Shit out of Ruta. It was unbelievable, right? So he was into it.
Yeah.
Matthews, 2 goals, of course. Like, were you fist pumping when he gets the first one? So fired up, Matthews, of course, right? But the best guy on the ice, bar none, was Mitch Marner. The kill, he had so many minutes. He played 8.5 minutes in the first period, guys. The penalty kill was unbelievable. He has 3 points. He exercised his demon in terms of not scoring. Fantastic. What a great win. The angst meter is down a bit. It'll get ramped back up tomorrow, though.
Yeah, well, both of you sort of mentioned it, and we can confirm it, having been there firsthand. The crowd was a factor, and let's remember this team hasn't really played in front of a home crowd in the last few playoffs, right? So not only did they play in front of one, they played in front of quite a boisterous one. And Coach, you mentioned it, but I can echo it. As that 5-minute penalty was started, everyone was kind of crunched down, and then the Leafs started generating chances.
Yeah.
Repeatedly and killing the penalty, and like the crowd just started to go. And by the end of it, and right at the end of it, I think Kucherov takes a penalty for us to go on the power play. The crowd was going crazy. Like, it was going crazy. I don't remember it ever being that loud. So, that's something. That's something for the guys. We mentioned the other day on the pod that some guys had to show up. We talked about Matthews had to be the best. We talked about Marner having to be good. We talked about Muzzin, had to play a little bit more like himself, which we haven't really seen in 2022 yet. And we also said the special teams had to be good. And, check. All those things happen. And when they do all go our way, we're going to win. That really is the thing. If these guys can get their self into the game and impose their will, we should come out on top. We really should. I do believe we're the better team, and when this team can skate, it's scary. But let's also remember Tampa Bay's won a couple of cups, and you don't win a couple of cups unless you show the world that you can respond. You come back from adversity, and I'm expecting the next game for them to be a tougher out. So take that for what it's worth. Coach, what do you think the Leafs need to do to keep this going, or do they need to do anything different in the next game?
Yeah, Devo, you mentioned it. They haven't lost 2 in a row in 3 years since that Columbus series. Like, they're very solid, and they have the perspective. The sky would have been falling for us, all 3 of us, and all the rest of the people that opine on this stuff, and probably a good portion of that room if we had lost game 1. Now we're all fired up. Tampa has the benefit of even keel. They know what it takes to win. You can't win the Stanley Cup in the first night. You can't lose it either. So they'll be okay. In terms of what we need to do, I would say obviously we got to replace Kyle Clifford. He's out. Right, he's suspended for a game. I think Spezza draws in. I think he probably should have been there anyway. So we're okay in that respect. Maybe lose a little physicality, but hey, don't forget, Spezza's been physical a couple times when he's needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He will be fired up. That guy's on a mission. He wants to win a cup here in Toronto, so I'm okay with that. I think, Kev, I'm going to come around to your way of thinking. The penalty kill was absolutely unbelievable. right? And it has been for a long time. I said last time, don't change a thing. I do think we need to maybe make it a preemptive adjustment because we were super aggressive and they're going to adjust. Like the bumper guy is open when the way we kill things, so we're going to want to take that guy a little bit. But man, that's like throwing a couple of chaise lounges off the Titanic, guys. There's not much to be done. Right. I do think though, Devo, you hit on this. When we're the faster team, when we're the quicker team, we're really hard to beat. You can't dial it up every night. We dialed it up 4 weeks ago in Tampa and blew them out. We didn't dial it up in Tampa 2 weeks ago and we got blown out. If we can keep that speed, keep on them. I mean, you saw Victor Hedman turned it over for Camp's shorthanded goal because of speed, right? That's what we got to do. It's easier said than done, but let's hope we bring it again tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, great points. You might be right about Spezza. I read something today that Bunting really wants to get back in the lineup for the next game, so he may draw in as well. I think he's healthy, so we'll see what Keith wants to do. KD, what do you think? What do the Leafs need to do to keep this rolling?
Again, I love to talk about the small things, but when you watch the game, especially on that when they were shorthanded, they really supported the puck well. They did in the offensive zone. They rotated really well. The third guy was high. So if they can play the same way where they really really support each other and support the puck, there's a Leaf there. Man for man, they're a faster team. So, if you're in position and you're dedicated, so you're making the right decisions, and then your effort level is there and you're supporting your teammates, that's the secret for them to win. And that's the secret. The teams that win the cup at the end, if you watch, they've galvanized as a unit and they're supporting each other, so they're supporting the puck. And Leafs showed, tremendous ability, yesterday. So that's what I really want to see. We will see Tampa Bay's best tomorrow. This will be maybe the hardest game to win. So they have to, they better not be, as you call it, Mike, smelling their own farts, because this is going to be a very tough test. And Vasilevsky is virtually perfect after losing a game. So this is going to be the tough one. If we can win this, which I think they can, if they have that sort of momentum, then I think Tampa Bay's in real trouble.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I agree. They have to impose their will. If they don't, things can get tight on them, and the game can get away. We've seen it happen. We know. Yeah. Anyways, fellas, this is what we do. This is what we always do right here on the OZone. We put it all on the line, and we're going to make a little prediction. We've already called this series, but maybe we can just scope this for Wednesday's game. What do you think, fellas? Wednesday's game versus Tampa. KD, what is going to happen?
It is going to be a tight one. Vasilevsky's going to bring his A game. I thought he was actually terrible last game. I think the Leafs take him down 3-2 in overtime with the 88 score in the winner.
All right, Coach.
Okay,
what do you think?
So I got Campbell playing really solid again. I got a 4-2 win for the Leafs. And I got Matthews scoring again. I love that he's imposing his will. And I predicted before the series that I was going to get to Game 4. We got a buzzer for this. I want to drop an F-bomb. I'm going to Game 4.
All right.
Nice. I predict that the Leafs are going to be in a place where I'm not going to get the crap kicked out of me in Tampa for being happy about the Leafs being really solid in this series.
All right, folks. Well, I was predicting that I would lose Kevin's ticket before we went into the arena last night, so we had a better chance of winning, but he somehow made it in. Tomorrow night, I'm going to predict that Bunting draws back in. I think that's going to push some guys through the lineup. Maybe let that jackknife Kerfoot move around a little bit and give Tampa Bay some fits. I think this one's going to be a closer game. I think it's going to be nip and tuck. I think Tampa Bay scores early, but I think the Leafs keep it close and pull out a 2-1 game with Engvall scoring the winner. There you have it, folks. You know why you keep tuning in, and we know why we have you. We love having you right here on the OZone.